Sometimes it's hard to beat a grilled chicken salad, and this one's a little bit different. So I'm going to show you how to make the marinade. We're going to cook the chicken first of all, and then we're going to serve it with a really nice roasted pepper dressing, which is sweet and sour. There's a little bit of lemon. I'm going to use some lovely basil there, so there's lots of beautiful flavour in it. So the first thing we need to do is to get our chicken on. I'm going to show you the idea of making a palate. I'll explain that in a moment. So this is a marinade. I just want to show you what I have here. I have the chicken which I've been marinating probably for about 3 hours. So I'm going to show you how to make up this marinade, which can keep in the fridge, and you can use it with lots of different ingredients. First of all, a really, really nice hot pan. We're going to use a little drizzle of some rapeseed oil just on the griddle pan. You can do this on a barbecue, and I've opened out the chicken. That means like a palate. So I'm going to show you that now, one moment. So using my tongs, and we have some garlic in the marinade. We have some sweet chili sauce, a little bit of honey for sweetness, and then we have some lemon. So see the way the pan is smoking, and the skin is on the chicken. So we're going to place this, nice sizzle, but I'm also going to drizzle that over. I'm going to leave it beside it there, that lovely marinade. Now, I'm going to season with a little bit of salt, okay, and some black pepper. I'll just leave my tongs there. Now it takes on the colour because I've that marinating for a couple of hours. You can leave it overnight in the fridge, but there's no need to do that. So let's go ahead and make our marinade. Okay, we're using 2 lovely products. So this is a sweet chili sauce, and this is a soy and ginger sauce, and this is made from an Irish company called Full On Foods. So we're going to put this into the bowl here. A couple of spoonfuls of this. So it's not too hot. Shake this because there is some ginger, and it separates a little bit, so that goes in there. And then we're going to crush some garlic. So I'm just going to get a couple of cloves of garlic in here. Now you can jazz this up with lots of different ingredients. For example, you can put extra hot chili into it. You can put a little bit of curry powder into it. So you can mix and match it. So 2 or 3 cloves of garlic. Don't be too particular. If you like garlic, the more the better. And it is very good for you. Okay, that's gone in there. So now I need to put in some honey. A spoonful of honey. And this is from an Irish company called Leafin Foods, this honey. They're based in Kilkenny. We are going to put in some zest of lemon, and I love lemon, so we're going to use lemon zest in the dressing, and we're going to use it in the marinade. So a little bit of that and some lemon juice, because if you don't use lemon juice, it's a little bit too sweet. Now we'll mix all this together. I think that needs a wee bit more soy sauce. Okay, before I just put the lemon juice in, let's have a little look at the chicken. So this is beginning to caramelize a little bit. See that there? That's exactly what I want. Beautiful. Happy with that. It's on a nice high heat, which is perfect. So a squeeze of lemon juice. Gorgeous lemons. Just make sure there's no seeds in it. And this is important because it's going to be too sweet. Because remember, the sweet chili sauce, there's a little bit of sweetness in there. And then also you have the honey. So you mix this all together. You can put lime into it. You can put some curry powder, harissa spice, any of that. Now, so that's what I did earlier on. Now for the chicken, we're going to use the corn-fed chicken. Just before I do that, I'm going to pour just a spoonful of the marinade just around here. So that's going to cook up really, really nice. Now we'll flip it over in a few minutes, don't worry. Just turn down the heat a little bit because it will burn very, very easily. So this is the breast of chicken. It's a corn-fed chicken, and so skin on. So it's fed with maize. And then what we're going to do, I'm going to show you with the knife. We're just going to make an incision in here, and we're going to kind of open this out. And this is what I did with this chicken. Make little incisions, and then the chicken is going to, or the marinade is going to go right in there. And then that is just going to sit just like this. Turn it over in the marinade. I just covered mine in cling film, kept it in the fridge behind me here, and then literally before we started the video, about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, take it out so it's at room temperature. So I'm just going to wash my hands, then we'll flip over the chicken, and after handling any kind of raw meat, always wash your hands. Really, really important. Okay, this is smelling really, really good. Let's have a little look. Whoa, yes! Beginning to caramelize. This is what I love. So now we're going to turn up the heat, and we're going to pour on the rest of this marinade. Now if you find that it's going to caramelize too much, just put a couple of spoonfuls. I have a little bit of water here, but I don't need that yet. So we're going to do our pepper dressing, And this is kind of 2 recipes in one. You have the marinade, you have the chicken. You can use this marinade for pork chops, for monkfish, for salmon, for turkey breasts, for lots of different meats, even the steak. So I'm going to turn this down. See the way it's catching here, Mella? Okay, so that's what I don't want because it will burn. So I'm just going to show you just a tiny little bit of water, just literally a spoonful of water, and that kind of just creates a little bit of steam and keeps the chicken really, really nice and moist. Now, we're going to make up our lovely dressing. So I'm going to wipe my knife here, and we are going to do our red onion first of all. So I'm going to show you how to chop an onion. Using the big knife here, I'm just going to use half an onion. So you curve your fingers, you go 3/4 to the end of the onion, using the point. I'm a left-handed, and then what we do is make an incision. So I'm using the bamboo board here, and underneath this you have this little rubber mat, so it stops it from moving. You can just see it there, that little rubber mat, and that can actually be put into the oven up to 200 degrees. So I'm dicing this here nice and small. See the way I'm curving my finger? And that's exactly what I want. This is such a simple, quick dressing here, and this will keep for easily 4 or 5 days in your fridge. Really good with goat's cheese, grilled fish, but with this chicken it works really, really well. So see the way I'm chopping? I'm curving my fingers. Really, really important. So that's it done there, everyone. We're going to heat our pan. The chicken is on, and I'm going to use again this lovely rapeseed oil from Derry Karma. I really like Irish rapeseed oil. Good high smoke temperature, really nice Irish product. And these guys, Pat and Carl, they're fantastic people. So we're just going to get our onion into the pan. Okay, so this is the start of this. It's a really, really quick dressing. We're going to check on the chicken. I've turned down the heat. You don't want it stewing either. Oh, that's lovely. That's really good there. If you look at that there, it's beginning to caramelize. It's a little bit soft there, so it's not cooked yet, but it doesn't take long. Once you open out the chicken, it will cook really, really fast. You can do this with chicken thighs, boneless, but try and keep the skin on. So that's the corn-fed chicken. This is produced in Cavan, and it's a really, really nice product. It's fed on maize. Okay, so we soften our onion. I'm not looking to get colour. Okay, I'm going to put in some white wine vinegar. So a nice splash of the white wine vinegar goes into the pan. So that's the sharpness. And then we're going to put in some caster sugar. So I'm going to put in roughly about a teaspoonful of caster sugar. Sprinkle that all in there. Now into this, we're going to put some more lemon zest. So this is really, really fresh and fragrant. Watch the fingers. Now I will put in the peppers, but the peppers are already roasted. So it's just a matter of heating them up. Simple as. So just keep an eye. Remember, I have the gas turned down underneath the chicken. So this should be really fresh, sweet, sour, all those beautiful flavors. So let me show you these lovely peppers. These are beautifully grilled on char grill, okay? And this is part of the Simply Better collection, and then it's stored with extra virgin olive oil. So I'm actually going to put some of this oil into the pan. So these are already roasted, and they're delicious. And all I've done is I've just diced them, not too big, not too small. You know, there's a little bit of texture there, so all you're really doing is warming them up, to be honest with you. So I'm just going to scoop them in there. Give them a nice little kind of a mix through with the onion. So you have the lemon zest. We need to put in basil, and we need to put in salt into that. So it's a really, really simple, quick recipe. So just a pinch of salt, a touch of black pepper, and then just give that a little stir. So this dressing is really, really nice. It will keep and serve with goat's cheese, but with the chicken, it should work really, really beautiful. Gorgeous. I'm really happy with that. So I'm going to switch that off. So what you're looking for, I just want to show you, I'm going to press this here so it feels kind of firm to the touch. If it's anyway soft or spongy, you know that it needs to be cooked a little bit more. Do you know what I might do? Is literally put it over here onto the board, just let it rest before I slice it up. Okay, you soak the pan and then we'll just rinse off. So back onto our dressing. I'm going to get some lovely fresh basil here. So these are lovely plants that you can use, and I'm just going to literally cut this and put this into our lovely dressing. I love fresh basil. It's probably one of my favorite herbs. So I'm going to use the knife here that I just cut the onion with and roll this up. That looks so good. Could you imagine that with some toasted bread, even done as a burger? It's just beautiful. So the marinade, remember, leave it for at least, if you can, an hour or two, and it really is much nicer. Just turn that down. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to chop this. So when you're making this dressing, the red pepper dressing, if you can, taste it, and if you think, oh, it's too sharp, I added too much vinegar, don't panic. Readjust it with some more sugar, and vice versa. If it's too sweet, add more vinegar. So give this a little stir. You can put chives into it. I don't have any here. I think basil is probably the most important. I'm going to get a bit more. I did say it was my favorite herb. So we're going to pick this off, and then we're going to be ready to serve up. That will keep, but always have it, or serve it, excuse me, at room temperature. And I think that's really, really nice, this red pepper dressing with some couscous, even with some pasta. It really, really is full of flavour. So guys, thank you all for the feedback, for the recipes. I'm certainly really enjoying the engagement, the interaction. I know a lot of people are making the recipes, so sincere thanks. And if you have any suggestions or ideas that you'd like me to make or cook, just message me, you know, on my Instagram, on Facebook, whatever like that. But thank you very, very much. So that's our dressing there. I'll hold it out here. Look at how nice. So I had the yellow pepper, the red pepper, and that is the roasted ones from the Simply Better collection. A little bit of vinegar, sugar, lemon juice, and then I put in some fresh basil, salt and pepper, and red onion. That's it. Okay, so we're going to serve this up. We're going to get just move the raw chicken out of the way. So salad leaves. I'm using some nice mixture of, this one here is radicchio. This is called curly endive, but this is probably the most important one, this little baby gem or cos, and because that's nice and crunchy, and that's exactly what you want. Okay, so we are going to slice this. I'm going to use this big knife, and we're going to slice this. Look at how moist that is. I love doing platters like this. It's really, really sticky. You're probably wondering, well, what about the skin? But the skin will give so much flavour, and it'll keep it really, really moist. And then we just arrange this. So it's a very, very rustic salad. So we just arrange this just all over those beautiful salad leaves. So I've cut it into nice little strips like that. Like that's one chicken breast, guys. Like opened out, we call that a pallard, if you've ever heard of that. And then we're going to get our red pepper dressing. Quality control, we call that. Oh, it's beautiful. It's moist, it's succulent. Love it. This lovely dressing here. Yum. And all that lovely kind of dressing, just be generous with it. That lovely dressing there. You have so much flavour and texture and all that. And because I love balsamic, I'm going to put a little bit of balsamic, just a little drizzle over like that. A little bit of extra virgin olive oil. And then to finish this lovely salad, some toasted pine nuts, and that's it. So I hope you try out this recipe. Some lovely pine nuts there. You have great texture. I think it looks really, really colourful. And that dressing is definitely worth making. And that is my grilled chicken, my grilled chicken salad with the pepper dressing and then the toasted pine nuts. And yeah, try this recipe. This marinade will work for so many different meats, even some fish, even some vegetables, but I think it looks great, lovely and colourful. So enjoy this and happy cooking.